The worst mass shooting in U.S. history. At 2 a.m. local time Sunday, a man opened fire inside Pulse, a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida. 50 people were murdered, and more than 53 are injured.
Bang, bang, screaming and loud noise, and the other guy next to me was shot.
The gunman is said to have been armed with a semi-automatic rifle, a handgun, and possibly an explosive device. Dozens were held hostage for 3 hours inside the club, until a SWAT team moved in. The suspect was killed during a shootout with police.
He ruined a really good time with a bunch of innocent people for nothing.
Officials have named the suspect as Omar Mateen, a 29-year-old from Fort Pierce, a city to the south of Orlando. He is of Afghani descent. He is being described by federal agents as a domestic terrorist.
Although it's still early in the investigation, we know enough to say that this was an act of terror and an act of hate. And as Americans, we are united in grief, in outrage, and in resolve to defend our people.
Though the killer's motives are still under investigation, he allegedly claimed allegiance to IS.
It has been reported that Mateen made calls to 911 this morning in which he stated his allegiance to the leader of the Islamic State.
Meanwhile, Mateen's father told NBC News the attack had nothing to do with religion. He said Mateen had become angry a couple of months ago when he saw two men kissing in Miami, which might be related to the shooting. As the relatives of the victim mourn the death of their loved ones, American politicians have already begun debating about the root causes of the attack. Donald Trump has claimed that the shooting proves he is right on radical Islamic terrorism. On Twitter, he also said President Obama should step down for not using the words radical Islam in describing the attack. Hillary Clinton voiced her support for LGBT groups and pushed for gun control, which some have also interpreted as furthering a political agenda. Others say both Trump and Clinton have raised vital issues. While the mass murder did not take long to carry out, the underlying factors that drove the killer will likely take some time to unravel.